Hello and welcome to 31 art journals, and here is an art journal I wanted to show you that, well, I haven't actually started using it as much as I would want to, but I want to show you how easy it is to make an art journal that you can utilize. So, oh my gosh. She's got some polystyrene. I thought she was being electrocuted. Have fun with that, for goodness sake. Anyway, right, so welcome. So I wanted to show you an art journal that you can create just from things that you may have around you. So if you don't have card, if you don't have paper or fabric or whatever, you may have a pen-in book. So this is actually, I'll show you. I haven't. So this was when I first started my business. I had a pen-in book, and in the end, I didn't actually really use it because, you know, obviously used other means. So I thought, well, these pages would actually be really useful for creating a journal, and the pages are really nice and thick. But what I did was stick 2 pages together, and it's given me a really nice surface to work on. And I guess it's if you think about the GSM, it's about 150. So it's like card. It was thick anyway, but putting 2 together actually has made them even thicker. Now what I started to do was apply gesso to them in this one. And again, for me, I love gesso. Gesso, I think once you have to use it to really understand it. And not everybody, obviously not everybody loves it, but I love it on surfaces, and I love it to be the first thing on surfaces that I'm working on. And especially like journals like this, you find that the paint, well, not journals, paper or card, the paint actually absorbs quite quickly into it depending on what you're using. And then also, if you wanted to use other materials, you might find it like, if I've gessoed this, I can use watercolour. I can use watercolour pencils, I can, you know, just draw. But obviously, so for me, the gesso not only covers this up, but it also acts as it's got a kind of texture to it. So what I initially did was cover this in handmade, I didn't make the paper, it was handmade paper. It's really pretty paper, and it's got these fishes with this silver thing in. And on the back, I just did that on the front up to there, as you can see. And then I just put plain paper on the rest of it. And I've got the beginnings of a figure here. So one of the ways that I work is that I like working on different things at different times. So I might be working on this, a journal, painting. I might be working in more than one journal on different pictures. And I allow it to be dependent on my mood, because the journals are supposed to be serving me a purpose. I'm not like, I've got to finish this journal and not do anything else until all the pages in this journal is full. If I have a feeling that I want to work in here, then I will. So the other thing I had were these were supposed to be wall decor, sticky kind of foam, but I found when I again gessoed it and then painted it, and I've just stamped on it as well. It still has some give, but it acted as a nice cover, a nice addition to the cover, and obviously go where you can saw. So these were black letters, and I've just covered with glitter. So on the inside, again, I just covered the front page, this page with decorative paper, and again we've got the beginnings of a piece here with a little bird on a branch, but I haven't yet finished. And it's again for one of those times where I want to sit down and think, okay, let me do something. And on these pages, I've again gessoed it, I've added paint, I've journaled over it, and allowed this to be one of those books that I could write whatever I felt like, you know. And sometimes you have kind of really kind of deep thoughts and things that you want to say, but it's not something that you want to say to somebody, or that you want to write down just in case somebody else finds it. So I do a lot of kind of thinking, reflecting in my journals, and I guess you could call them, I've heard reflective journals as well, and that allows me to process thoughts. And if I want to take it further, I can. If it's something, right, I just said to myself, right, I've got that out of my system. I now want to see a different side to that. So if it was something bothering me, I might create an image that shows the growth in me going through that. And then the other 2 pages that have been done in here are, the other few pages are faces. So I wanted to also create faces in different, looking in different directions, or just different faces. I love creating faces, so it was just to start them off. And this is sometimes how I start them off. Usually, I usually like to start them off having a background created, and then I pull them out. But this way, I was like going through and just whatever came to mind, I would just draw. Because what the other thing I wanted to be able to do, I don't know if you do this, was to look at a blank page and then just pull an image out. There's nothing there. I mean, this, you know, it doesn't, say like this page, this is kind of blankish, but just to pull a figure, like I can, you know, like, oh, I don't know how to explain it, but just to see the beginning makings of a face. So as I'm looking in the camera, the viewfinder thing, I can just see or sense a face shape here, the neck here, and then the hair here. And so that's what I would do. And that was just, you know, I was looking for a pen to see if I could show you. But yeah, I would just go through it and just say, okay, so I would use water-soluble crayon, and I would just quickly sketch a figure. Most of my figures always had earrings, and she's got decorative wear around her neck. Let's give her just a short hairstyle. And she's got her eyes closed because she's thinking. And so that's how I would do this, and then I might move on to another thing. And then when I've got time later on, or if I want to spend another kind of moment reflecting, because if this was water-soluble crayon, that's what I normally use, I would then activate that with water and then apply colour. Okay, so that's something that you can do if you want to just do kind of quick sketches. You might want to practice quick sketches. You could create a journal like this, and this is again made from recycled paper, and you can play and practice with different techniques. Like on the back, I wanted texture, and so I just added this, glued it down. It was black tissue paper, and then I've just covered it in gesso, and now it's waiting for me to do something else. So that's this. I don't this Go Where You Can Soar journal, and it's to remember or remind yourself that there are no limits in terms of what kind of journals you can create. And over the rest of the week, I guess, I'm going to be showing you other journals that are in the stage of not yet being utilized fully, but have got something in them, or have just been made, or but I hope you enjoyed this one. Please do like and subscribe. Please do leave a comment, let me know what you think, and let me know what kind of journals you like working in. If you've just started, have a look at the videos and see which type is your favorite. I'm going to be doing a series where I show you how to make these type of journals. They're very easy, and you know, obviously I think it's a good idea to learn how to bind, you know, book binding, because then the world is your oyster. You can create whatever type you really desire. So these are more based on recycling and reusing, upcycling, and creating works of art in that way, because I feel these are works of art, and when they're finished, when you start to open the page and start to kind of, you're looking at the texture, there's just so much that you get from it. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you for joining me, and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.